is a review of my 2017 Chevy Corvette Z51 3LT with the magnetic ride suspension. Ordered this vehicle from Wyoming, from Whistler Chevrolet. Just want to give you some pet peeves and things that I do and don't like about the vehicle, starting with the side view mirrors. They are manual. There's a few times I got in the car and forgot that this passenger side was folded in, had to pull over to the side of the road and adjust it. This vehicle also has no blind spot monitoring system on those side view mirrors. For this amount of money, you would think that it would. Now this next pet peeve is out of GM's control. It has to do with this vehicle having slotted brake rotors. After 7 to 10 miles, this is what my rims look like. Having those slotted brake rotors are definitely a plus, but it's something you should strongly consider because you will be cleaning those wheels a lot. One other thing you need to know is that this vehicle sits extremely low. It's just 3 inches of ground clearance. This vehicle does not have an airbag adjustable suspension. Come in too hot, you are going to scrape the bottom of the vehicle. Next, let's talk about locking and unlocking the door. So as you can see, it's simple as just walking up, pressing the button behind the door, and the door pops open. But how do you lock it? Well, you either adjust the setting in the radio for it to automatically lock, or you pull out the key. There is no button on the outside of the door for you to lock it. Let's talk about the interior a little bit. These bright white bulbs in the front of the vehicle, map readers. When you go in the back, they chose to put dull yellow lights in the back. Bright white in the front, dull yellow in the back. Okay. One thing that'll never grow on me are these tail lights. It's like they stole it directly off the Camaro because it looked so good on it. Put it on the Corvette. Sorry. No. I've talked a bit about some of my pet peeves because with this vehicle being a $77,000 MSRP, some things you do expect. But overall, this vehicle is absolutely phenomenal. It's just breathtaking. It's fun to drive. It's beautiful. They have all the curves just right. The colors, extraordinary. One other cool thing is the fact that there's tons of Corvette enthusiasts. And with enthusiasts comes modifications, like this OBD2 interface that I can plug directly in that allows me to let the windows up and down with 3 clicks on the remote. Pretty cool on those hot summer days, huh? There is no fake aero on this vehicle. This is actually a functional scoop. In addition, this vehicle has carbon fiber, something that you find on high-end vehicles like this hood. It's carbon fiber, very lightweight. In addition, the roof on this vehicle is actually carbon fiber. It's only around 16 pounds. This makes it easier for someone to take off the roof and store it in a hatch. You open the door by pressing a button that's directly behind the door latch and squeezing inside. Bear in mind, this vehicle sits pretty low, so if you're a big person or if you have any type of health or back problems, you might want to consider that before you actually buy this vehicle. I have the 3LT package, so this vehicle is loaded up with leather and suede. There's an easy exit option that allows the steering wheel to be preset in a location that's out the way. If you have your key fob, everything goes back to your original setting when you start the vehicle. Another cool feature is the customization that this vehicle has. I really like the fact that you can actually put the vehicle in eco mode, but you can actually go inside of the engine sound management and actually turn on all 4 exhausts. Yes, while you're getting 29 miles per gallon, your engine sounds like you're getting 10 miles per gallon. I love it. You can also adjust the steering as well. If you like that tight steering to make you feel like you're in a go-kart while you're getting 29 miles per gallon, you can do that directly from the radio. That is super cool. There's a feature called Valet mode. What you do is, right before you actually give your keys to the valet, you set in a passcode. When you set this passcode in, it locks the radio. You can't let the screen down. The performance data recorder starts recording. Really cool. That is really cool. Can't even get inside the glove box. Look at that. Try to get inside the glove box in valet mode, it won't even open. However, if you turn the valet mode off, by pressing in that same code that you actually put in to lock it. Screen lets down, radio comes on, and guess what? You can actually open the glove box. Really cool feature. Love it. My 3LT is equipped with standard navigation that you can use the stereo or the speedometer or both when getting your navigation. That's a nice touch. The vehicle also has the PDR, which is the performance data recorder. This uses cameras located directly behind the rearview mirror. These can be recorded on a micro SD card if you ever wanted to record your track time or if you ever wanted to record yourself driving. That's also a very nice touch. To get the best optimum sound out of your vehicle, the best treble and bass response, make sure your speaker settings are set to driver. You will not be sorry, trust me. Now this next feature was icing on a cake that already had icing. I got a little curious one evening because I saw something in the settings that I stumbled on. It said video in the settings. So I took an MP4 movie and I dropped it on the actual USB card. I got curious if it would play with the vehicle in park. And guess what? Your Corvette plays videos. Not just videos, full-length movies. Whatever you choose to put on that micro SD card or USB reader, it will read it. How cool of a feature is that? Yep, that's right. Standard plays videos. And with great sound, picture quality as well. If you have a 2LT or a 3LT, you're going to have standard heated seats and ventilated seats. One cool feature is the passenger can adjust it over there by their vent, or you can adjust their seat settings directly there in the middle just in case they forget and leave them on. Very convenient for you, the driver. I have to say I was pretty impressed with the amount of customization that you can do with the vehicle. You could either set everything up exactly how you want it, or you can adjust everything with the digital pad there on the steering wheel where it's linked to your drive mode. What this means is when you turn that knob, your steering adjusts, your exhaust adjusts, the performance of the vehicle adjusts, and your speedometer cluster adjusts in addition to your heads-up display, all when you change that knob. This is definitely an added wonderful feature and I love it. So if you press the screen down, you'll find a USB port in the back. This is usually where I keep my music and videos. If you open up the center console, which is extremely small, there is a power supply there and 2 more USB ports. There's a cup holder here, and there's a cup holder section that you can slide along just in case you have bigger or smaller cups. Really depends on whatever your preference is, but hey, who the heck is going to be drinking your car, right? And then one more power outlet there. If you opt for the 3LT package, you're going to find Napa leather and suede everywhere. It'll be laced up on the very top of the vehicle, the pillars. You're going to find that the dash is wrapped in that Napa leather, which is better than your standard leather. The doors are wrapped in leather. Has a high quality as well. So it makes this performance sports muscle car feel somewhat of a type of exotic vehicle. Very nice. I would have gone with white or LED lights, but that's me. The hood or heads-up display controls are located on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. That customization that we talked about earlier is tied into the hood as well. You can adjust the brightness. You can adjust how high you want it to actually show on the windshield. But one cool feature is the fact that you can tie it into the driving mode. So when you actually start turning that dial, the driving mode actually changes the heads-up display with it. So everything is tied in together. So that means your HUD, your speedometer, your exhaust, your steering, it's all tied together if you can actually get a view of that. So pretty cool feature. I love it. And I have to say, it's pretty bright. So it'll show up in bright sunlight and it's perfectly clear. Now let's say you're listening to some Daryl Reese or Terrio wide track or electronic dubs. You actually want to switch between the next song. You actually use the steering wheel controls and you press the back of it. So there's your volume, and this is how you change the tracks. And when you do that, those songs show up on your heads-up display so you don't have to take your eyes off the road. It's also another added touch. Great job, GM. Earlier we talked about the center cluster showing the navigation, but you can also change that as well. You can have it show phone information, you can have it show music information, you could actually have it switch and show performance data or information on your vehicle. How cool is that? Now we had talked about how low this vehicle sits. One cool feature with this 3LT is the front-facing cameras. When you're in park and you put the vehicle in drive, those front-facing cameras come on so you can actually see exactly where your splitter or the front of the vehicle is so you don't start scraping. That's pretty doggone cool. When you drop the vehicle in reverse, the rear camera comes on. I really like the feature of how the lines show you where you're steering. Makes it a breeze getting in and out of my garage, since I tend to back in all the time because I don't want to scrape the front of my car backing out. If you're driving solo, you can press the sync button and adjust the inside temperature between the driver and the passenger, so you're just adjusting one knob to change the temperature in the car. It's a high quality leather. Steering wheel feels great. It's small, but it's thick. It's firm and sturdy. Has a great feel. I truly love the easy exit function. The moment you turn off the car and unlock the door, the steering wheel adjusts up and out the way. On the left hand side under the dash, you're going to find two buttons. One opens the back hatch. That is the motion detector. All Corvettes, whether it's convertible or hardtop, have that removable roof. What you want is for your vehicle to be secure. So what that allows you to do is, if you have the top off and the windows down, it turns the alarm on the vehicle. So if you attempt to reach in, touch anything or grab anything, that alarm starts going off. That's standard for this 3LT model that I have. How cool is that? Went ahead and installed a rear diffuser because it looks great, plus it improves the airflow. Side skirt, also had it painted to match the black accents, and a front rear splitter. Also blacked out the chrome strip out in the front. Felt that they all should be blacked out. Also removed the Stingray badges on the side of the vehicle and went with the custom Z51 badge from emblempros.com. Blue as my accent color. So you have to ask yourself, should you buy this vehicle? If you had the opportunity to buy a C7, should you? Or should you wait on that C8? My advice, go ahead and get the C7. You can pick these up for a little bit of nothing. You're sitting on dealers' lots right now because everybody's waiting on the C8. Failing to realize that this vehicle might cost anywhere between $80,000 to $100,000. It's a mid-engine vehicle. You are not going to be buying a C8 for $60,000 or $70,000. I am terribly sorry to hurt your feelings, but it's not going to happen. This is the last of a dying breed. Big fat V8 up in the front of the vehicle. Long nose. Beautiful vehicle. It's one of the best Corvettes to date. It's beautiful. It's going to hold a lot of value. Great performer. Thanks, and subscribe.